School staff will be talking to students today about the ramifications of that kind of behavior.
Parents will plead to Del Mar Union School Board later today, asking them to revise the school safety resolution that they passed last month. The board's resolution asked state and federal legislators to pass stricter gun laws, but some parents say some critical language was left off of it. Kristen Panabianco and other parents want the board to also demand assault weapons, bump stocks, and armor-piercing bullets be banned.
I think they're doing some wonderful things in the school, but what they're not doing is leveraging legislation and saying, hey, federal, state, and local officials, we really need your support. We can't do it on our own.
Panabianco says that other districts have done the same. They'll speak at today's board meeting, which begins at 5:45.
Breaking overnight, the Border Patrol says agents arrested at least 10 undocumented immigrants after a Ponga boat washed ashore off the coast of La Jolla early this morning. You can see the boat. Our 10 News Breaking News checker had the only camera there as agents searched the immigrants in front of a home on Camino de la Costa. A Border Patrol helicopter, meanwhile, searched that area for more than an hour.
Happening today, the state wants to tax you once again. This time it's your tap water they want to tax. A coalition of groups and local lawmakers are taking a stand against this proposed state tax. And 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie live at the County Administration Building. And Mary, tap water? What is going on?
And we are here at the Guardian of the Water statue in front of the County Administration bill. This is SB 623, is the bill that's currently going through legislation in Sacramento, and it would add about 95 cents a month to people's water bills. It's one of two pieces of legislation that's being considered right now that would actually raise water bills by about $15 per month with the two pieces of legislation combined. The idea behind taxing our drinking water is that the money would be used to clean up polluted groundwater in parts of California, largely agricultural areas where the water is undrinkable. It's an issue that has brought together unlikely bedfellows too. The agricultural lobby and environmental groups support this bill, but there are also a number of groups that oppose it.
At the end of the day, the polluters need to pay to correct the problem, and we should expect our elected leaders to actually make those folks who do the problem make the corrections.
Now, a lot of folks who do oppose the bill will be out here this morning in front of the County Administration Building trying to send a message. They will be here at 10:30 this morning. We're live along the Embarcadero. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Thank you, Mary. Well, North Korea is extending an olive branch to journalists today, hoping to get the message out about the country's apparent commitment to cracking down on nuclear weapons. 24 foreign journalists are being taken on a trip to see the dismantling of nuclear testing facility. This comes as President Trump's historic summit with North Korean President Kim Jong-un appears to be in jeopardy. Now, Trump spoke about it after a meeting with South Korea's president yesterday.
You know, there's a chance that it'll work out. There's a very substantial chance that it won't work out, and that's okay. That doesn't mean it won't work out over a period of time, but it may not work out for June 12th.
North Korea first raised the possibility of canceling, objecting to U.S. demands that they give up their entire nuclear program before getting anything in return. Now Trump seems willing to reconsider his stance on that too, saying that he won't commit to any demands just yet.
So an update to a story we had yesterday morning. The San Diego City Council will now be taking a closer look at how well those temporary homeless tent shelters are working. The council just approved funding to continue those shelters for another 3 months. The shelter started opening last November with the goal of giving the homeless a place to stay while they find permanent housing. But so far, that has worked for only 183 of the more than 1,500 people served here. Independent consultants now evaluating the program to make recommendations on how to improve it.
10 News is digging into what's being done to make San Diego a better, more affordable place for everyone to live. And it's part of our Making It in San Diego initiative. Mayor Kevin Faulkner talked to us about what he's doing. He believes a big part of addressing the housing shortage is updating our community plans.
And some of these plans haven't been updated in over 30 years. So again, to say, here's where we want growth and density. And most importantly, probably, here's where we don't.
Well, you can send us your questions for the mayor and other city and county leaders on your concerns for making it in San Diego. We'll take those questions to our elected officials to get answers for you. Email us at tips@10news.com or message us at facebook.com/ABC10news.
4:38. So Megan, is it fair to say it's going to be nice today?
Oh yeah, it's going to be nice today and tomorrow. So enjoy it because we do have some changes by the end of the week. In fact, let's track your warm up hour by hour for Carlsbad by 9 a.m. 8 a.m. rather. We'll start to see those 60s pop popping up. About 64, 65 degrees this afternoon, and really just temperatures don't drop too much as we head into this evening because those clouds are going to be rolling back in. Most areas clearing out by mid to late morning. 60s along the coast and mountains, 70s inland, 90s in our deserts. And if you are going to be going to the beaches today or tomorrow, we are in a beach hazard statement. What does that mean? It means the waves are going to be 3 to 7 feet, but that's mainly north of Carlsbad. So if you're going to Carlsbad or Oceanside or maybe up to Orange County, that's where the worst or the strongest rip currents and the biggest waves will be. When I come back with your full forecast, I will be pinpointing when the cooler and cloudier weather rolls in and how long it lasts. Kalina?
We have some Caltrans work to start you off with this morning. It's a big closure here, all lanes blocked off, and if you usually take this, you'll have to be transitioned onto the 805 to avoid it. Southbound side of the 5 from the 805 to Gilman, all lanes blocked off there. Also 163 northbound, this is between the 8 and Genesee Avenue. We also have all lanes blocked off here as well, so this portion off limits. You can take the northbound 805, the 15 freeway to get around that closure as well. And then out in the East County area right now, 8 eastbound El Cajon to Johnson, we have 2 lanes off limits for Caltrans work. This should wrap up in the next 20 minutes or so, and I will let you know as soon as it does. Jason, Virginia.
Thank you very much. The highly anticipated vote on whether San Diego police will ban the use of those controversial neck holds.
Happening today, the opportunity for San Diegans to apply for a lot of jobs all at once.
Plus a whale rarity photographed off the San Diego coast. The explanation being given for this rare encounter. 4:42. Good morning, San Diego. Happy Wednesday. And, Megan's been kind of pumped up about the forecast because, the May gray has really gotten to her, I think, a little bit. But now she's like, talking about the sunshine for the next couple of days. But then things are going to change. I don't want to give it away, but is it going to rain?
There is a chance for drizzle.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend. All right, as long as on Father's Day in a few weeks, we're good.
It is Memorial Day weekend, though.
That is true. I skipped ahead to Father's Day.
And yet we can always use it. All right, 4:43. Now to this 10 News follow-up. The Community Review Board has made an official recommendation to the police department. They voted to recommend banning neck holds in some circumstances, but not all. Some board members said they didn't want to prevent officers from being able to defend themselves. So the board recommended banning neck holds for restraint, but allowing them to counter assaulting or life-threatening behavior. We showed you an example of a neck hold. That decision angered some of the people at the meeting.
It's unhumane. I wouldn't do it to an animal, let alone a human.
Police are currently allowed to use this method to subdue people they are trying to detain. The police department and mayor's office will now review the board's recommendation.
California's Attorney General is now appealing the decision that threw out the state's assisted suicide law. Last week, a judge ruled the law was unconstitutionally approved by lawmakers in 2016, and that law lets adults get a prescription for life-ending drugs if a doctor has determined they have 6 months or less to live. The judge did not address the issue of suicide itself, just the way the law was passed. No word when the appeals court may rule.
If someone you know is looking for work, they are invited to a job fair today at the DoubleTree in Mission Valley. The free event is hosted by Coast to Coast Career Fair. So dozens of companies will be there. They'll be interviewing, looking to fill positions including marketing, administrative, banking, and retail. It's from 11 this morning to 2 this afternoon. Organizers encourage job seekers to bring several copies of their resume. They're also offering free resume critiques.
An unusually large number of whales are being spotted off our coast. Experienced watchers say whales are popping up in numbers not seen in 5 years. These pictures were taken yesterday in an area 5 to 14 miles off the San Diego coast. One photo even captured a blue whale mother and calf together, which is pretty rare.
These guys are wild animals. We never know where they're going to be, when they're going to pop up, and sometimes we get lucky, and today was one of those days.
Blue whales typically come to San Diego to feed during the summer months. This is also around the time many whale species migrate north.
Star Wars fans, this one's for you. Disney announcing Star Wars: The Galaxy's Edge attraction will open at Disneyland in the summer of 2019, so next summer. The Star Wars expansion at Disney World in Florida will open the same year in the fall. And as part of the announcement, Disney released a new sneak peek. And we have posted that video for you on our website, 10news.com.
All right. Okay. I know a lot of people are super excited about that.
Yeah.
Are you not?
No, Jason's saying that like he's not.
You know it's Disney though, so you know it's going to be amazing. All right, let's show you the overcast skies that we're seeing across most of the county right now as we look towards Mission Bay, the orange hue on our sky cam here, but very cloudy skies, keeping temperatures very mild. In fact, really not much spread in our temperatures from about 55 to 61 degrees this morning. One of the cooler spots in Ramona, 61 degrees downtown, 40s for most of our mountain locations. We are going to see a warm and sunny day in store for us. Clouds clearing out for the most part by mid to late morning. A few patchy low clouds may linger at some beaches, but that's about it. High pressure is winning out now. This is the active weather we saw is now pushed off to the east. Active, that May, gray, and drizzle we saw earlier this week. This is the next system that we're tracking. That's going to be rolling in Friday and Saturday. That's going to bring a little bit of a cool down along with more cloudier conditions. That's going to be Friday and Saturday. It should exit by Sunday, in which case we would start to see a big warm up by then, and it is going to be much warmer for our Memorial Day. There may be a little uncertainty as far as timing goes Saturday into Sunday as far as those clouds go, but I'm hopeful that we're going to see sunny skies by Sunday. We're also going to see a little chance for some drizzle late Friday night into Saturday morning out of those marine layer clouds. Temperatures will be staying in the mid to upper 60s into next week. We could see some low 70s though for some of our warmer coastal areas by Monday and Tuesday. Maybe some 80s then for our warmer valley areas. Temperatures Friday and Saturday down to the low 70s and upper 60s. Also some of those clouds coming on in, taking a little bit longer to clear. We'll call for partial clearing Friday and Saturday. Our mountain areas, temperatures in the 60s through Friday, a little cooler on Saturday in the 50s, then rebounded to the 70s by Memorial Day with 80s and 90s though near 100 next week in our deserts.